You know him and love him as the man that calls play-by-play for your Cleveland Browns and on the radio right here on the Browns Radio Network, and you love him on Yahoo Sports as well as all the major stuff we get to watch him on. He is Andrew Siciliano. Hello.
Good morning, guys. You're far too kind. Happy Cavs clinch day to you and yours. How are you?
Oh, I love the optimism. I love it.
It's the welcome back.
First of all, you have to be optimistic.
Of course.
Welcome back, JB day.
Yeah. And when you look at the Browns schedule, I think that's what people have to be as well. You have to be optimistic. This is kind of like the roadmap for your fall. It's kind of the roadmap to the treasure, roadmap to the prize, and like you go navigate the map. It's not necessarily what I expected. You know, the Florida doubleheader to open.
That's
Hello,
weird.
humidity.
That's weird.
It is. It's weird. But I do find positives. I mean, in the middle of the season, there's going to be a 41-day stretch when we don't get on a plane. 41
that's
days.
Huge. Yeah.
Huge. Now, before that, there's a 3-game road trip, which isn't fun. And that's, I think, a bit, I don't want to say unfair. 3-game road trips stink in this league, and the schedule maker generally tries to avoid them. However, one of those road trips is a bus trip to Pittsburgh. That game is the morning after Halloween, so we're going to have Saturday evening in Pittsburgh for Halloween. Oh, boy. But at the same time, look, the Browns, and I wanted to go to Paris, full disclosure, but by not going to Paris, and the other 3 teams in the AFC North are all playing international games, by not going to Paris, the Browns will have the second fewest air miles, and part of that was the schedule, NFC South and AFC South, and 2 games in New York, but the second fewest air miles in the NFL. And, guys, we only leave the Eastern time zone twice, and those are short flights, relatively speaking, to Nashville and in New Orleans. It's not that bad, although there are some things that annoy me.
All right, well, I think it's a favorable schedule for all the reasons you laid out, but what annoys you?
What annoys me is the placement of the playoff teams. So the Browns have 5 games, which is really good. I mean, there are teams that have 10. The Browns have 5 games against teams that made the playoffs last year. 2 of those 5 are the Steelers.
Okay.
All right. They open with 3 of those 5 games in the first 4 weeks. And the one opponent in the first 4 weeks that wasn't a playoff team a year ago was the 8-9 Buccaneers. And they're a pretty good team, and that's a road game. So everyone will tell you that statistically it's the easiest schedule in the NFL. And remember, guys, strength of schedule is how that's determined, and strength of schedule is based solely on last year's record. Does not take into account the draft or free agency or coaches hired or fired or trades or anything. So statistically, it's the easiest, but you stack 3 of those 5 playoff games in the first month, and you make the other one a trip to Tampa, and they were 8-9 a year ago and certainly a contender. So I don't like that. I don't like 3 out of 4 on the road to close the season, but I do like that nice home stretch there in the middle, and I do like the fact that you're not getting on a plane. I do love the fact, because I was somewhat fearful, anxious, let's put it that way, that we weren't going to get a home primetime game, that we get one, and it's the Steelers, a team that I'm going to say it, owned at home. 7th time in 8 years we play the Steelers in primetime, and we've won the last 3 at home against them. So that's fine. You could be the Dolphins, the Jets, the Titans, the Raiders, and the Cardinals. They don't have a primetime game. For the Titans, they don't have one for 2 straight years. We had London last year. The Titans didn't even have a standalone game last year. The Jets have everything at 1 o'clock local this year, all 17 games.
Wow.
All 17 at 1 o'clock local, including 2 of them at 4 o'clock local on the East Coast, where then they got to fly back home and play again.
Just on market size, that's pretty stunning, isn't it, Andrew?
Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, consider the opposite. Like, let's say the Jets get shoved down your throat in primetime week 6, and all of America goes, "Why am I watching this?"
That's valid.
So they didn't earn it in any way. I think it's great that the Browns do get their home primetime game.
Interesting.
I rambled there.
No,
your turn.
Dan's
we knew these teams were coming. I kind of wish the Stefanski reunion game were in September or October. You know, before either the Falcons are good or bad, or before the Browns. You know, I'd rather have that earlier, but still, that'll be a fun game.
Yeah, I agree. I thought there was a chance that might be week 1, like week 1 at home, 1 o'clock. Let's go. I thought that would be fun.
Yeah.
Instead, Kevin gets to go to Pittsburgh, see if he can beat the Steelers there, which obviously never happened other than the playoff game in which he was coaching from the basement. We know that. So that's an interesting one. I also thought that was a Thursday night possibility. It isn't. It's December 13th, and it's at home, and it's at 1 o'clock, and hopefully it means something. Closing in Cincinnati is kind of a pain in the rear. That's 3 times in 4 years we close in Cincinnati.
Do you think
4 times in 5 years it's a division road game to close? Yeah,
that seems tradition though. Everyone does though, don't they?
It'd be nice to do it at home.
Oh, I see what you're saying on the road. I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. This was brought up last night on the air, and I was like, it's not in today's day and age. If you were the Browns, would you just stay in Florida to start for the week?
So it's a really good question. And I have not reached out to see if that is being discussed yet. I think, and I said this last night, I was doing Sirius NFL Radio's schedule release show, and I think if it were a West Coast team, if we're the Niners, the Chargers, the Rams, the Seahawks especially, then yes, it's for us a 3-hour flight. I would go home because you're probably going to get better practice conditions at home as well. It's hot and humid and sticky, and you want to be practicing middle of the afternoon. It'll be a grind, whether you're in Tampa or Jacksonville or anywhere. So I would go home, but, just from a logistical standpoint, it might make sense to stay there, but I don't have any insight on that.
Let's move from the schedule for a second. How excited are you about the infusion of young talent on this team? Because it looks like they've done a very nice job.
I'm elated. And last week is kind of, how would I describe it? I used this analogy a few times. I think I kind of wore it out. It's kind of like an unboxing where you order a bunch of stuff online and then it all shows up at your door and you're like, is this what the picture looked like when we clicked purchase, when we moved it to the cart? Now it's here and it's unboxed. Everything the Browns bought at the draft, ordered at the draft. Last week when they unboxed it, looked the part. It looked like the description online. And both receivers certainly did. The offensive lineman certainly did. Fano McNeil-Warren is every bit 6'3", and he moves. I mean, there's a great little highlight of him ripping a ball away from Joe Royer, hand on the right shoulder on a little an outcut to the sideline. He moves, and he is going to be a defensive chess piece and a weapon. He could set the edge as well. He can get up in the run game. He's going to force turnovers. I'm excited about this draft class. I know it is only May, and the veterans are getting in there this week, and you got the mandatory minicamp coming up in June soon, right around the corner. But, yeah, I am legitimately excited about the new parts to this team. Everyone knows they got to figure out the quarterback thing. Everybody knows. And if there was maybe a clearer shot at quarterback, maybe there'd be another primetime game on the schedule. But there isn't. Go score 19 points a game. The defense does its part. 20, I die for 20. And this can be a positive season. This can be a winning season. Absolutely.
All right. So the quarterback is the reason why I don't want to sit here and pick how many wins I think the Browns are getting. How can I tell you that when I don't know who their quarterback is? Yet I need to ask you, did you play the schedule, knowing that you had a long relationship with our old friend, the Poobah, and knowing that this is probably the most exciting day of the year for him because he loved playing the schedule game?
Took the day off.
Yeah. Oh, seriously. I'm not. There's no way I'm playing the schedule game.
There's no way. Let's hear it. For example, let's look at Week 12 against the Raiders. Mm-hmm. Okay. By the way, it'll be great to be home for Thanksgiving. So Week 12 against the Raiders, we're coming off a bye. Are the Raiders playing Mendoza or Kirk Cousins?
Thank you.
Okay. Week 14, when Kevin comes to town, is it Penix? Is it Tua? What are they doing there? So there are all these, if for example, we get the Colts Week 17, if, for example, we have the Colts Week 1, we don't. We get the Jaguars.
Right.
Who's playing quarterback for the Colts? Even the Steelers, and it is going to be really odd to be done with the Steelers on November 1st.
Yeah.
Is Aaron Rodgers still the quarterback? Is Aaron Rodgers even the quarterback on the primetime game on Week 4? I don't know.
Hell, you could play the quarterback game if you're in Week 18 against the Bengals. Who knows if Joe Burrow's playing? based on the
quarterback
year's
in
best.
for the Browns.
Yeah.
Can I throw in one more thing?
Sure.
Rest is significant. So teams really, every team complains about their schedule, but the one thing they complain most about their schedule, it's not lack of primetime games. It's a fan thing. It's rest differential. So in other words, am I coming in with more rest than my opponent? Did I get off a plane from Europe? Did I have to play on the West Coast? Are they coming off a bye? Things like that. Mm-hmm. So last year, of the 5 teams with the best net rest differential, so the entire season worth of rest differential, 3 of those 5 made the playoffs, and the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. On the reverse end, the teams with the worst, generally speaking, didn't make the playoffs. So I went through this morning. There's really only 1 week in which the Browns are going to play a team where the other team had more rest. Only 1 week. And week 8, when we play the Steelers
what is that
in
team?
Pittsburgh.
Is that what it is?
I'm sorry?
No, who is the rested week? Who's the team that has the rest? Or
It's only a 1-day thing. Week 17, and it's not even locked in stone.
Wow.
You get the Colts at home. The Colts are one of the teams that are on the short list of possibilities for a Saturday game on week 16. Okay. So it's not even set in stone. So they could play on Saturday the week before. Week 5 at the Jets, the Browns are going to have extra rest because we had the right. Thursday night the week before. Mm-hmm. Week 6 at home against the Ravens, Baltimore will have played Sunday night on the road in Atlanta. So, it's East Coast, but they're getting home early Monday morning. Week 8, the Steelers are coming back from Paris, and they're not taking their bye. So we'll bus to Pittsburgh. They will have flown home from Paris and be jet lagged all week. Week 9 is the one, I beg your pardon. Week 9, the Saints have an edge. They will have a bye the week before.
Interesting.
But that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a very favorable schedule. I don't know how you
other
can't
than
look
the
at
beginning.
it.
I'll be honest, the 2 games in Florida, I was like, come on. And I think everybody was, but it is what it is. Go win the games.
That's what I say, too. You know what?
No
you're
one
a good
cares.
man. Andrew, you're a good man. Thanks for helping us out this morning to take a look at the schedule, and we will see you soon.
I'll talk to you soon, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Later. Goodbye, Andrew.